What is good? Diamond Dynasty, baby. I already know what's going on in this video today. Man, as you guys can tell by the title of this video, what we're gonna be reacting to, the tea room drop this shit, man. We're gonna continue this shit with Dub and Brittany, this whole situation here, because I've been wanting to see Brittany's response on what Dub had to say about being a full-time dad. Okay, as soon as I heard him say that, and y'all already know what I said in the last video, you got to take what Dub says with several grains of salt. Okay, and I was waiting for Brittany to come out and tell her side of the story, because we always know that there's three sides to the story: his story, her story, and the truth. All right, we're also going to talk about De'Ara and Ken too, so let's get into it. Let's do it. Make sure you tell a friend to tell they ain't your mama, tell their Uncle Joey still a hoe. Let's get right into the video, man. Let's
So previously I reported that it appears that Dub is now claiming to having full custody of WooWop. On Twitch, he stated that his life completely changed and he's now a full-time father.
I'm stressed out. My whole life changed, y'all. It was last week. Full-time dad. Like full-time. Full-time dad, y'all.
So Brittany has responded. She says, FYI, I did not lose custody of my son. In the state of California, when both parties can't agree on the child leaving the state, the child has to stay with the parent that lives in that state until both parents agree on the joint custody terms. Now, I can't be for sure.
So he's basically saying that I'm not coming to no decision. I'm not in agreement, and I'm not trying to be in agreement. That's what it sounds like to me, because it sounds like all they need to do is come to an agreement on joint custody terms. And I do feel like WooWop needs his mom just like he needs his dad, so hopefully they can work it out, man. I hate when these kids get stuck in these fucked up situations, man.
Sure, of course, but I feel like Dub is going to fight to the end to keep his son there in California. So while Brittany is claiming that this is only until both parties come to an agreement, that agreement could take years. But let's move on to this next topic with De'Ara and Ken. Now, as I previously reported, at the beginning of the year, De'Ara filed paperwork on Ken, suing him for money that he stole as well as unpaid taxes. Now, I also mentioned that it's been hard for De'Ara to find Ken, that she's been trying to serve him and he's been unreachable. Well, now De'Ara is taking another approach, because see, now Ken has officially moved out of the state of Georgia and he's now supposedly living in Dallas, Texas. So paperwork was filed on September 17th. Now I'm gonna read what the update to this case is and now what De'Ara is requesting. It states, since filing this case on December 31st of 2024, plaintiff have attempted to serve the defendant through the transitional means of DeKalb County's sheriff office at his last known address, but to no avail. Plaintiff also enlisted the help of a private process server, which means that De'Ara has hired a private investigator who has attempted to serve the defendant at the same address, as well as his girlfriend's last known addresses, after being informed that the defendant might be living with her at the girlfriend's job, at his mother's house. Upon belief, he is living with her, as well as his sister's last known address.
Look, De'Ara is coming for everything that's owed to her. You know, like,
the process server, aka private investigator, performed multiple stakeouts at multiple locations based upon leads of his possible whereabouts. However, defendant has failed to keep his address current with the Georgia Department of Drivers Services, and while the service process hired by the plaintiff,
hey Ken, just pay up, bro. Whatever you owe her, just go ahead and pay that, fam, because it don't seem like she gonna let up anytime soon. You know?
Has run skip tracing on the defendant since he does not have a traditional job, and the addresses have all been dead ends. the process server still has been unable to find him to serve him.
That's crazy.
The process server hired by the plaintiff has also tried to serve the defendant at public locations based on various leads, but still has not been able to serve him. So guys, this means
I gotta give it to Ken, man. I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him. I don't know how he's doing it, but this nigga is disappearing like magic, you know, like
means that Ken is ducking and dodging this.
It's crazy.
They've been trying to serve him at his home. They've been trying to serve him out of public places. But I'm betting anything before Ken posts his whereabouts, he's probably already left that establishment. But let's continue. It states defendant is willfully, with the assistance of his mother, girlfriend, and sister, avoiding service. At this point, his girlfriend is supposedly living with his mother in Conyers, and they both claim he doesn't live there. It appears they have even gone so far as to switch license plates on vehicles to make him harder to serve.
Bro.
As a result of the willful actions of the defendant to dodge service and the
crazy.
willful acts of his girlfriend, mother, and sister to help the defendant dodge service, plaintiff has been unable to serve the defendant despite her diligent efforts. However, during this time, the defendant has been consistently posted on social media and making business deals by email, as evidenced by his social media posts. Moreover, based on his and his girlfriend's recent posts, the defendant fled the state this month, relocating to Dallas, Texas. But his profile notes that he still intends to live in the Atlanta metro area part-time. So now, as I stated previously, Ken has left the state of Georgia. Now, this section 10 is basically asking the courts if they can contact Ken in different ways, meaning instead of serving him, if they can contact him through email or social media direct messaging. And section 11 states defendant is already aware of the lawsuit and he and his mother have responded to it online. So there will be no prejudice to the defendant if the court allows alternative service via publication.
that's crazy.
Or
okay, so if they send it to his DM, he could just say, shit, I ain't never seen it. If they send it to his email, he could just not open it. Because I know they have some things, like I know some companies purchase some type of software or technology where you're able to tell whether or not that person opened the email or read the email. So he just need to not open those emails, not read those emails. That's the only way that I could see that working. But Instagram, you can look at somebody's message and decide not to send nothing back without them even knowing that you read it. So I don't think Instagram's gonna work. If anything, they best bet is to try to get them on the email. Let me know what y'all think.
electronic means.
That's crazy.
This is the information that the private investigator have turned in to the courts. Now, as you can see, all of the
Is that him? Is this Roadrunner Ken right here?
photos here of Ken and Juju actually out in Texas, even showing them documenting their move to Dallas. And I do want to point out one thing that the private investigator noted. It says, on August 14th, 2025 at 4:25 p.m., I returned to blank address. The vehicle was not at the residence. I set up surveillance at this location.
Crazy.
Shortly after setting up surveillance, a vehicle matching the vehicle registered to Kenneth pulled into the driveway. A female exited the vehicle and stated that she was Kenneth's sister and Kenneth did not live at the address. I ran a tag search on the vehicle which indicated the tag was registered to a different vehicle. I was unable to confirm the VIN number at this time.
It's a lot of work.
So guys, this means
It's
that
a lot of
it
work.
appears from what this guy is saying that Ken and his sister switched license plates so they wouldn't be able to identify his vehicle
That's crazy.
out there in Atlanta. So Ken is really ducking and dodging this paperwork. Anyways, I will keep you guys updated because things are now starting to get...
What y'all think? Do y'all think that Ken is actually gonna get served? Do y'all think he just need to go ahead and give himself up? or keep playing this Tom and Jerry cat and mouse game? Comment down below and let me know.
Really juicy, as now things may be brought to social media. But let's move on to this next topic with Daisha. Now, she is upset after people are claiming that her daughter Dream stepped on Favor's fingers on purpose. Everybody's trying to make this narrative.
It low-key look like it. Hold on.
She is upset after people are claiming that her daughter Dream stepped on Favor's fingers on
maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
People are claiming that her daughter Dream stepped on Favor's fingers.
It looked like maybe she was messing with a bug or something. I don't know. It looked like maybe she was trying to smash a bug or something. Let me look at this one. Hold on.
After people are
Oh no, that's a picture.
claiming that her daughter Dream stepped on Favor's fingers.
Yeah, I don't think she did that on purpose.
On purpose. Everybody's trying to make this narrative about my child. Y'all can really shove it up y'all cracks and poop it out. For real. Because at the end of the day, Dream is 3 years old. Like, she's 3. And at the end of the day, she was not trying to stump on a baby finger. If she stumped on Favor's fingers, she would have started screaming, crying. She did not start crying.
Yeah, it looked like she casually did that, you know. It's probably like a bug or something.
And she was trying to keep her from hurting herself. What are we talking about? Like, y'all be trying to make something out of something every single time. That's why I said that I was limiting filming her, and I told my sister, don't just refrain from leaving her with any kids alone in general, period. Don't just don't leave her alone.
I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's the best thing you could do, honestly, because you as an influencer or a creator, you have free will, and you're deciding to take on this life of invasion of privacy. As soon as you say, I want to be an influencer, or I want to be a content creator, or, you know, I want to film my life, or I want to share with the world my content, or whatever it is, you're open to criticism, and you're open to invasion of privacy, and you're open to scrutiny, right? Those are the things that you willingly willingly. I can't say unwillingly. I was going to say willingly or unwillingly, but you willingly sign up for that life, all right? Shit gets real, and it gets realer than real when it affects the loved ones around you, right? Especially your children. Your children didn't sign up for that life. You did. So you got to protect your child, protect your children, you know? Protect your loved ones. If they didn't give you consent, then you might want to, you know, because everybody's going to scrutinize every single solitary thing that you do. The bigger that you get, it just is what it is, you know? But hey, man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. I love y'all. Make sure you tell a friend and today. Ain't your mama, today, Uncle Joe. We still a hoe. See you guys in the next motherfucking video, and I love y'all, man. Peace. We out there.